Welcome back! It's been all of about 2 hours since the last video, but we have more miniatures to look at, including another Space Marine. Look, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. Games Workshop had to show off the new Marnius Calgar. It's still blowing me away that the new why? And the new Katos Sicarius and Victrix Honor Guard, because there was a small leak situation. Imagine that. Games Workshop struggling with leaks. Who'd have seen it coming? But that was yesterday. Today, they're showing off the Chaos Champion and Space Marine Captain, which are the commemorative miniatures for Warhammer Day, so we're going to take a look at those right now, in fact. So as they say right here, Warhammer Day is just around the corner in late October, and the first lad to look at is the Exalted Hero of Chaos. His name is Urkhan, he's the Dark Warden, and he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I do like the Warriors of Chaos aesthetic. I like the armour always looks great. They are big on fur and massive cloaks. Massive cloaks. They love a big cloak, and that is a big cloak, and I really, really like it. I hate to say this as someone who does not do painting in sub-assemblies. You can't just put this together and paint it. You would not be able to do the cloak any justice whatsoever, which is a real shame, because that's not how I like to paint, and I know plenty of other people who don't like to paint like that either, but I think you'd really struggle if you just put them together and went for it. There's a lot of overlapping parts there. Now, for a named character and for like a commemorative miniature, this is actually fairly plain. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that it's not grand enough, because actually I think this guy has got quite the aura about him, but there isn't a massive amount of detail going on. Like, there's not a huge amount of extra gubbins. It's not covered in decoration. There isn't too much in the way of busyness. It's actually fairly simple, but it is very effective. The armour is quite plain, but it has got a few of those like scars and chips in it, which looks really nice, adds a bit of visual interest, but it doesn't like clutter it up. Things like the belt, very, very standard. The chainmail drooping down between the legs there, again, pretty normal. The sword is a little bit extra, but then that kind of sword always is. Also, that sword specifically, there's quite a few of the Chaos Warrior models that have something like that. I always think it looks a little bit old school. It looks a bit like the older style of Games Workshop stuff, but I don't mind it. I really like the helmet. The helmet looks great. The horns being joined by that Chaos star in the centre is a really nice touch. The billowing on that cloak is fantastic. I will say the fur across the shoulders, given they're already going across like a set of pauldrons, they make this guy have some serious girth around the shoulders. I mean, it's just so wide, so chunky. I think from the back, actually, this would maybe look a bit too chunky. Like, there's not going to be much definition there. Silhouette-wise, from the back, you would be hard-pressed to really know what's going on. But from the front, from this angle, I think it works pretty well. I do like the fact that you've got a bit of damage on the armour. You've also got damage on the cloth as well. It's not massively complex, but it works. It just works well, this. You've got a choice of the helmeted head or the horrible scarred head. I mean, I think that's actually quite a decent head. I think that looks pretty good. The face being like scarified to have a bit more of that chaos iconography going on, that is rough, that is gnarly, but it is pretty cool. And actually, that rear view, with the shield out as well, the chain across it is really nice. Little details there, like the hand attached to the chain, is very fun. This is good. I like this a lot. It's nothing flashy, it's nothing kind of over the top, it's nothing particularly fancy or spectacular. It's just a very well executed Warrior of Chaos. I mean, that for me is a very good start. I like that a lot. Nicely done on that one. So this is the other one. Space Marine Captain, Jump Pack, Shield and Thunder Hammer. It's fine. It's alright. Initial impression is, yeah, it's okay. There's a little bit of that awkward landing pose going on with the Jump Pack. The way the foot's resting on that bit of ruin. But it's okay. I like the tilt shield. Anytime that there's a tilt shield involved, I'm happy. The Thunderhammer doesn't look too complicated either. That looks pretty decent. Also, I feel like the haft is relatively short on that. I always feel like they look like they are supposed to be two-handed, whereas that looks kind of more versatile in a way. I'm trying to work out if that shield is like the classic sort of cross shape or whether it's a bit longer on the bottom. There's probably going to be another angle further down. overall, that's not too bad. A little bit more fancy, there's a little bit more going on. But again, it's nothing egregious. They've actually held back a little bit here. Especially when you compare this to, like, Cato Zacharias that we saw earlier. I mean, there's not that much going on. We've got a little bit of decoration there. The scroll work across one of the greaves. There's also it's not Crux Terminalis on the knee as well. But apart from that, the legs are relatively plain. I do like that kind of braiding or whatever it's called going across the chest. Doesn't make it look like a rosette, which is nice. Now, something that's kind of interesting is that this one has not got a name and not limited to Warhammer Day. He will join the standard Space Marine range. So one of these is an actual, like, commemorative series miniature, but the other one, the Space Marine, is just, there you go. That's fine. You just have it now, from now on, that's it. Do have extra angles, and also there's a helmet, which is definitely a plus. And the shield isn't the cross shape. I thought it looked a bit different down the bottom, but it was hard to tell on the initial angle for that. It's also kind of fun that he comes with a chainsword as well, so you got the choice of the two. Or if you got a bits box, you could probably go mental. Do whatever you like, why not? You know, it's only just struck me that I'm pretty sure there's already a Space Marine captain with jump pack, isn't there? And I'm pretty sure that one's got a chainsword as one of the war gear options, but I don't remember seeing a thunder hammer and a shield. So I'll be interested to see whether this is added as a thing where it's like, okay, here's just a data sheet and that's it, you can use it, but it's not in the codex, or whether this will become the standard one. But then that would surely mean that the one that currently is out wouldn't work, because the options on that one are not the same as the options that are on this one. Or alternatively, when there's a new codex, is it going to be a case of there's two different boxes that you can buy, but one of the loadouts is Thunderhammer and Shield, or Chainsword and Shield, and then everything else will be what's in the other kit? I guess time will tell. To be honest, out of the two, I'm more taken with Urkhan the Dark Warden here. Arguably a bit less fancy, but I feel like there's a bit more personality going on despite that. But that's just me. Let me know what you think of those two in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you think they're going to do regarding the Space Marine Captain with Jump Pack, given that we do already have one of those. How you think that's going to work? Just let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.